Hey guys! Welcome to our discussion about the Matatag Curriculum Framework. I am with Ms. Fernandez, Ms. Diniega, Ms. Fang, and Mr. Romero for this report. And we are the reporter of the Matatag Curriculum. I hope you will learn something about our topic for today. But first, let us know the lesson outline. We have the principles and guidelines of an effective language arts and multiliteracies curriculum. We also have the outcomes of the Matatag curriculum, the components of the Matatag curriculum, and the alignment of the language and literacy domains. Lastly, we also have the content standards and performance standards. So let us proceed to the introduction. The Matatag curriculum is a new educational framework in the Philippines that aims to improve teaching and learning. It covers kindergarten through 10th grade and focuses on reading, math, and life skills. Subject counts per class will decrease to reduce academic pressure. Students can then mainly focus on reading and math. DepEd says, trimming subjects and competencies, especially in elementary grades, will also lighten teachers' workloads. It spans 4 years, starting in 2024 and ending in 2027. The Matatag curriculum focuses on individual learners, strives to build globally literate and future-ready citizens, and seeks to address current and future educational concerns. The learners are expected to develop the core values of makadiyos, makatao, makakalikasan, and makabansa. The Matatag curriculum incorporates the core principle of inclusive education. So, in short, nagfo-focus po ang Matatag curriculum on reading, math, and life skills. So, it spans for 4 years starting starting last year, 2024, hanggang sa 2027. And there are core values of the Matatag curriculum, namely, makatao, makadiyos, makakalikasan, and makabansa. So now, let us proceed to the principles and guidelines of an effective language and multiliteracies curriculum. An effective Matatag language arts and multiliteracies curriculum in the Philippines must reflect the principles and guidelines that promote inclusive, culturally relevant, and comprehensive education. The Matatag curriculum, introduced by the Department of Education, or also known as DepEd, in the Philippines emphasizes holistic education focusing on foundational learning and values that support students in becoming competent and adaptable individuals. So, I guess, mapag-aaralan natin itong mga to, and we will dig deeper about the Matatag curriculum throughout our report. Here are the key principles and guidelines for an effective language, arts, and multiliteracies curriculum in this framework. But first, let us proceed to the principles of effective Matatag language, arts, and multiliteracies curriculum. We have here the first one, the cultural relevance and inclusivity. The curriculum should reflect the diverse linguistic, cultural, and historical backgrounds of the Philippines. It needs to integrate local languages such as Filipino and regional languages, history, traditions, and contemporary realities. Multiliteracy should not only include reading, writing, and speaking, but also visual, digital, and media literacy to equip learners for real-world communication. So, kailangan ding mapag-aralan sa curriculum na ito yung mga traditions, cultures, languages ng Pilipinas, kasi yun naman yung pinaka-importante, diba? How could we learn another culture and traditions of other countries kung mismong country natin hindi natin napag-aaralan or hindi natin alam yung mga famous traditions, famous cultures na meron tayo. And another one, hindi lang dapat nakafocus sa speaking, writing, and reading, kundi we also need to focus visually, digitally, and we also have the media literacy kasi we are evolving na and we are now in a modernized world, and it changes. It changes time to time. So, kailangan nating mapag-aralan yon. And dapat kailangan ma-feel ng student na he or she is belong to that classroom or in the curriculum. And for number 2, we also have the lifelong learning and digital literacy. An effective multiliteracy curriculum promotes not only traditional literacy skills, but also proficiency in digital tools and platforms, such as blogs, social media, and online research, enabling students to navigate a technology-driven world. Students should be prepared to use these tools for academic purposes, creative expression, and career readiness. Kasi I believe na habang nag-evolve yung mundo natin, kasi we are now in a modernized world nga, sabi ko, it is a lifelong learning na by time to time may mga nadidiscover sila. For example, yung mga AI na ngayon, di ba? They are trying to innovate something na AI generated. So, kailangan nating maging aware about this, and we also need to be literate about digital. Kasi magagamit rin natin yun. Parang dun na lang sa pagtuturo namin, kailangan rin namin matutunan yung mga bago, yung mga uso, ganon. Yung mga kailangan naming matutunan about sa, pwede naming maidagdag about sa pagtuturo namin para mas maging fun, mas maging exciting yung experience ng lessons, and yung pagtuturo na rin namin. Kasi habang may bago kaming na-introduce sa mga estudyante namin, mas nagiging catchy, mas nakakatch yung attention ng mga estudyante namin. Another one, we have the student-centered approach. The curriculum should be flexible. Okay, we also have the student-centered approach. The curriculum should be flexible to cater to the individual needs, learning styles, and interests of students. Learners should actively engage in collaborative, hands-on learning experiences, whether in the classroom or through digital platforms. Active learning practices such as project-based learning and inquiry-based learning encourage critical thinking and problem solving. Yung curriculum natin is nakafocus siya sa mga estudyante natin. And may mga approach din dapat tayo na kailangan talagang kinoconsidered natin kung ano yung kailangan nila, kung ano yung kailangan ng mga estudyante natin, and yung mga interest nila, ganun, yung mga learning styles, and they should know how to work with others. Another one, we also have the critical thinking and analysis. Encourage students to actively analyze text, question assumptions, and evaluate information critically, fostering critical literacy skills. They should also critically thinking and analyzing, problem solving. Mga kailangan nilang mag-analyze how to solve the problem, how to think critically. Number 5, holistic and values-based education. In the Matatag curriculum, the development of character and social responsibility should be a fundamental goal. Language arts education is not only about linguistic proficiency, but also about nurturing students' empathy, integrity, and respect for diversity. So, nakasali po dito yung core values ng curriculum natin, which is the makadiyos, makatao, makabansa, at makakalikasan. Kailangan maging holistic din tayo, ganon. And makikita sa Matatag curriculum yung character development and social responsibility ng mga estudyante. And even yung mga teachers na rin. Another one is the sustainability and global awareness. Education should reflect global concerns such as sustainability, human rights, and social justice while remaining grounded in local contexts and needs. Encouraging students to read and write about global issues can help develop their awareness of interconnectedness and their ability to engage in international discourses. So, syempre, kailangan nating maging aware sa society natin, sa mga nangyayari about globally, and importante na malaman natin kung ano yung mga issues ngayon, ganon. So for now, let us proceed to the guidelines for implementing the Matatawag Language Arts and Multiliteracies curriculum. We have here the number 1, integrate Filipino literature and cultural text. It means utilize a diverse range of Filipino literary works, folktales, and contemporary texts to promote cultural awareness and pride. For example, the integration of local languages, just like how I mentioned a while ago, like Filipino instruction should begin with the mother tongue in the early years and transition to Filipino and English as the students advance. This supports cognitive development and ensures the students are proficient in multiple languages. Number 2, develop digital literacy skills na na-mention din siya kanina about the principles. It develops students' digital literacy by incorporating the use of technology, such as educational apps, ebooks, and online discussions to enhance learning. Teaches students how to critically evaluate online resources, giving them the skills to discern accurate information from unreliable sources. So, kailangan talagang maging literate tayo when it comes to digital skills, and even sa mga na i-introduce ngayon na mga bago, and kailangan nating alaman lahat ng yun para hindi tayo napag-iiwanan, para hindi tayo nalilito, ganon, how to use this, how to use that, and kailangan din talaga nating matutunan lahat ng yun kasi pagdating ng panahon magagamit natin yun. Number 3, we have the encouraging multimodal learning. Sabi rito, encourage students to express their learning through various modes such as writing, oral presentations, visual arts, multimedia projects, and performances. This promotes creativity, helps develop a deeper understanding of content, and accommodates different learning styles. For example, it emphasizes vocabulary development, explicitly teach key vocabulary related to academic content and everyday life, building on students' existing knowledge. Promote oral language development, create opportunities for students to engage in meaningful conversations, presentations, and discussions to enhance speaking and listening skills. For professional development for teachers, teachers need continuous training in modern pedagogies and the integration of technology and multiliteracies into their teaching practices. Teachers should be provided with resources, including professional learning communities and teaching guides, to help them implement the curriculum effectively. So, kailangan rin ng mga training, seminars ng mga teachers para mas ma-implement nila yung curriculum effectively. Kasi hindi magiging effective ang isang curriculum kung mismong teachers hindi kayang i-deliver yung gustong ipahiwatig or iparating ng curriculum itself. So, ayun, importante yung mga seminars and trainings na ina-attendan ng mga teachers natin. Kaya kailangan rin na mag-allot ng so much time about this. Although nakakapagod siya, pero it is worth it. And another one, the collaborative learning and peer interaction. It encourages group work and peer feedback as this foster communication skills, teamwork, and critical engagement with diverse perspectives. Teachers can create collaborative spaces where students are encouraged to explore, discuss, and solve problems together, strengthening their understanding of different concepts. So, importante rin na may mga interactions tayo sa mga hindi lang sa close friends natin, kundi sa mga taong nakapalibot sa atin. Be sociable enough to communicate and to collaborate para mas marami tayong matutunan. Kasi I believe na the more na nakiki-interact ka sa ibang tao, the more na mas marami kang natututunan. Number 6, building connection to community and real-world issue. It established partnerships with local communities, media outlets, and organizations to bring real-world relevance to the curriculum. Students should have opportunities for experiential learning, such as field trips, or projects that address local and global issues in enhancing their connection to the world beyond the classroom. So, dito makikita rin, nabanggit din dito na we should be connected sa community natin and sa mga real world issue. Kasi kapag nandun ka lang sa classroom, syempre may imagine mo lang siya, pero iba kasi yung experience kapag andun ka mismo sa place na dinidiscuss sa inyo. Another one, kapag nasa museum ka, syempre sasabihin lang sa'yo, nasa museum yung ganito, ganyan. Pero iba pa rin kasi na nakikita mo siya na malapitan, ganon. Parang for example rin, another example, yung kay Jose Rizal sa Luneta Park or sa Rizal Park, sinasabi ngayon. Dati naririnig ko lang rin yun, pero iba pa rin pala talaga yung experience kapag ikaw na mismo yung nakakita dun sa place or dun sa statue ni Rizal na nandoon. So, kailangan nating maging connected sa community natin, sa mga nangyayari rin sa komunidad natin, and to the real world issues. Parang ngayon, yung impeachment kay Sara Duterte, yung mga campaign ngayon, sa mga campaign na nangyayari. So, maraming mga kailangan nating malaman. And yun yung one of the things na gusto ng curriculum na to, gusto ng matatag curriculum na mas maging engaged or connected tayo sa community and sa real world. Another one, number 7, is the assessment for learning. Utilize ongoing formative assessments to monitor students' progress and adjust instruction accordingly, focusing on both language skills and critical thinking abilities. Key points to remember when implementing a Matatag language arts curriculum. So, ayun, kailangan from time to time may formative assessment na nangyayari kasi, or may mga formative assessments na naibibigay sa mga estudyante kasi from time to time rin, kailangan ma-adjust na yung instruction. Yung mga ganun ba, kailangan ma-adjust na yung mga kailangan improve para hindi na mahirapan sa mga susunod na school year, ganun. So, it is also important to have the formative assessment. And lastly, we also have the alignment with the Matatag values. It is important, just like how I said sa principles, ensure that all learning activities and content reflect the core values of Matatag. And these are the Maka-Diyos, Makatao, Makakalikasan, and Makabansa. So, the Matatag curriculum for language arts and multiliteracies equips students with essential skills for critical thinking, communication, and digital literacy. By emphasizing cultural relevance and real-world application, it prepares learners to thrive academically and socially, ensuring they are ready for both current and future challenges. And the outcomes of Matatag curriculum will be discussed by Ms. Dian Dinyaga.
Good day everyone, I am Dian Dorasi Dinyaga, and for today, I will be discussing about the key outcomes of the Matatag curriculum. The first one is that enhance foundation skills. The curriculum places a strong emphasis on developing essential reading and mathematical abilities, recognizing this as critical for students' academic success and lifelong learning. It means that the Matatag curriculum places a strong emphasis on strengthening students' foundational skills, particularly in reading and mathematics. These skills are essential for academic success and lifelong learning by ensuring that students develop strong literacy and numeracy abilities early on. The curriculum aims to create a solid learning foundation that will support them in more advanced subjects and real-life applications. Number 2. Streamline learning areas. To reduce academic pressure, the number of subjects per grade has been decreased. This allows students to concentrate more effectively on core competencies, particularly in reading and mathematics. Additionally, this reduction aims to lighten teachers' workloads, enabling them to focus on delivering quality instruction. So, the number of subjects per grade level has been minimized to reduce academic pressure on students. This allows learners to focus more on essential competencies, particularly in reading and mathematics, rather than being overwhelmed by too many subjects. In addition to benefiting students, This adjustment also helps teachers by lightening their workload, enabling them to dedicate more time and effort to delivering high-quality instructions by focusing on depth rather than breadth. The curriculum ensures that students gain a deeper understanding of key concepts. Number 3. Integration of evidence-based approaches. The curriculum incorporates teaching methods grounded in research, such as phonics-based reading instruction and hands-on mathematical exploration. These strategies are designed to improve student engagement and learning outcomes. So, the curriculum incorporates research-based teaching strategies to enhance student engagement and improve learning outcomes. For example, phonics-based reading instruction is emphasized to help young learners develop strong literacy skills. In mathematics, hands-on exploration and problem-solving activities encourage critical thinking and conceptual understanding. These evidence-based approaches ensure that teaching methods are aligned with proven educational research, making learning more effective and enjoyable for students. Number 4. Outcomes of Matatag curriculum. Support for mother tongue-based multilingual education. Recognizing the importance of learners' first languages in literacy development, the curriculum supports MTB-MLE. This approach facilitates a smoother transition to additional language and enhances overall comprehension. So, this approach allows students to develop literacy skills in their native language before transitioning to additional languages such as Filipino and English. By using a familiar language, students can better grasp fundamental concepts, which enhances comprehension and boosts confidence in learning. The integration of MTB-MLE also promotes cultural appreciation and inclusivity within the education system. Lastly, teacher training and community involvement. The successful implementation of the curriculum is supported by continuous professional development for educators and active engagement with the community. These elements are crucial for fostering an inclusive and effective learning environment. It means that a well-trained teaching workforce and active community participation are crucial to the successful implementation of the Matatag curriculum. Continuous professional development programs ensures that educators are equipped with the latest teaching methodologies and strategies to effectively deliver lessons. Additionally, involving parents, local communities, and other stakeholders in the educational process fosters a supportive learning environment for students. A strong collaboration between teachers, families, and communities helps create a more inclusive and well-rounded education system that meets the diverse needs of learners.
So next, here are the components of Matatag curriculum. So first, let's define Matatag. Ma is for make the curriculum up to date to ensure the production of active, job-ready, responsible, and competent citizen. Then Ta, take the necessary step to speed up providing basic education to the students. Then the second Ta, take care of the students by making sure that learning environment is inclusive and positive. And the J, give the necessary support to instructor and teacher to ensure they teach better. So next, here are the key features of Matatag curriculum. First, holistic development of students. Second, development of fundamental skills. Third, go with the flow. The Matatag curriculum is progressive. Fourth, innovative teaching methods. Fifth, wider assessment method. Then sixth, teacher support. So first, holistic development of students. If you study the Matatag curriculum, you will see that they work together or towards the holistic development of Filipino students. All aspects of child are nurtured and developed. Their social, physical, emotional, and cognitive development. The Matatag curriculum is based on the understanding that all areas are interconnected and dependent on each other. If you don't work towards the development of all the areas, the child will not be able to outshine others. So meaning, children need to be taught how to nurture their social, physical, and emotional cognitive development. A Matatag curriculum enables them to learn across all subject areas, ensuring they do not fall behind their peers. If the child are not guided in these areas, they may struggle to progress and reach their full potentials. So next, development of fundamental skills. There is a balance between academic and skill-based learning. Priority is given to numeracy and literacy skills. The curriculum understands that fundamental subjects like mathematics, science, social studies, and languages are the building blocks for learning. If the foundation of the student is not strong, they will not be able to understand complex concepts. So, meaning, it's stated that the fundamental skills of children must be developed to ensure a balance between academic and skill-based learning. A Matatag curriculum shapes students' understanding of common subject, providing a stable foundation that serves as a stepping stone for mastering more advanced skills. So that is the development of fundamental skills. Next, go with the flow. The Matatag curriculum is progressive. The complexity of learning increases slowly and step by step. It takes students to gradually from easier concept to more complex ones. Moreover, the curriculum is student-centric and does not rush learning. So meaning, the development or the Matatag curriculum is essential for teaching children to gradually develop their learning capacity. Since students do not learn quickly, a Matatag curriculum should be student-centered, allowing for a pace that is not rushed. For example, in kindergarten, it is inappropriate to teach children materials meant for 6th grader, as they will not be able to understand them yet. Therefore, teachers need to focus on teaching basic concepts before progressing to more complex topics. So next, innovative teaching method. Gone are the days of delivering lecture only. Now, teachers are encouraged to use engaging techniques with the students. Each student is unique and has different pace of learning. The teachers are encouraged to teach at a pace that every student is comfortable with. A classroom should not be all about coming and delivering the lecture. There should be active learning, a session where students fully engaged and motivated to learn. They should be brainstorming, asking questions, and teamwork going on. So in other words, the Matatag curriculum encourages teachers to go beyond delivering lectures. It emphasizes the importance of every student participating and interacting during the lesson. Teachers should incorporate activities that motivates students to engage with the material. In this way, student and teacher can work together as a team in the classroom. So next, wider assessment method. Student knowledge is not tested by yearly assessment only in the Matatag Curriculum 2024-2025. A student's performance should not be limited to the end of the year exams. The curriculum ensures that there are other methods of assessing performance. This method could include monthly tests, case studies, and presentation, and others. So meaning, in the Matatag curriculum, it is essential to assess student performance in various ways. This means that intelligence and understanding should not be evaluated through annual assessment, but also through method like monthly tests, case studies, presentation, and more. It is important to provide children with opportunities to showcase their knowledge and skills effectively. So next, and lastly, the teacher support. At the end of the day, a good teacher will be able to give proper education to the students. The curriculum provides teachers and lecturers with the relevant training. Moreover, they are provided with additional resources that will help them in teaching effectively. So, meaning, the Matatag curriculum is necessary due to the fact that it can allow teachers to address the demands of their pupils. This embraces practices like seminars, sessions aimed to assist teachers at teaching and integrating their students' participation. In conclusion, DepEd Matatag curriculum is an educational framework that is being implemented for the well-being of Filipino students. The Matatag Curriculum Guide is an excellent effort by Department of Education to equip schools and teachers with a clear guide to teach. Through this curriculum, the Philippines can pave the way for the Filipinos to take the world head-on. With proper education, life skills, critical thinking, logical reasoning, patriotism, and a sense of responsibilities.
Hello everyone, so now let's proceed with the alignment of the language and literacy domains. The Matatag curriculum is designed to enhance language and literacy education by aligning various domains and macro skills to achieve its educational goals. Now, let's first tackle the alignment of language and literacy domains. The curriculum integrates three interrelated domains: language, literacy, and text. These integrations ensures the learner's development comprehensive language skills encompassing oral language, phonological awareness, phonics, word study, grammar, awareness, vocabulary, text, comprehension and analysis, and text creation composition. These domains are interconnected to support learners' progression from basic to advanced literacy skills. The second one is domains and macro skills alignment. The curriculum emphasizes the development of the four macro skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. In Key Stage 1, kindergarten to grade 3, the focus is on foundational skills such as oral language, phonological awareness, and basic reading and writing. As learners progress to Key Stage 2 and 3, the curriculum shifts towards applied and critical literacy skills, encouraging the use of language in more complex and meaningful contexts. Now, let's proceed with number 3. Coherence to Matatag curriculum goals. The curriculum aligns with the Matatag agenda, Bansang Makabata, Bansang Makabansa, aiming to produce competent, responsible, and patriotic citizen by focusing on foundational skills and progressively building towards critical and applied literacy. The curriculum ensures that learners are well prepared to meet the demands of the modern world while fostering a sense of national identity and responsibility. Number 4, content standards and performance. The curriculum outlines specific content standards detailing the essential knowledge and understanding that learners should acquire at each grade level. Performance standards describe the abilities and skills that learners are expected to demonstrate, ensuring that they can apply their knowledge in practical and meaningful ways. This structure provides clear expectations for both instruction and assessment. Number 5, grade level outcomes. For each grade level, the curriculum specifies learning competencies that detail the expected outcomes for the learners. The competencies are designed to be developmentally appropriate, ensuring the logical progression of skill development. By the end of each grade, learners are expected to achieve a specific milestone that prepare them for subsequent learning challenges. And the last one is the importance of review. Regular review of the curriculum is crucial to ensure the relevance and effectiveness. Continuous assessment and feedback mechanisms allow educators to identify areas for improvement, ensuring that the curriculum remains responsive and the evolving needs of the learners and the demands of society. This integrated process helps maintain high educational standard and support the overall goals of the Matatag curriculum. In summary, the Matatag curriculum structured alignment of language and literacy domains, macro skills, and the performance standard ensures the coherent and comprehensive approach to language education, fostering the development of proficient and responsible Filipino learner. And now, let's proceed with the table. The table provided is based on the adaptation of the Integrated Language Arts curriculum structured from K-12 curriculum and aligned with the Matatag curriculum's general principles of literacy and language learning. Since the Matatag curriculum is recently revision, the structured table using established literacy domains ensures alignment with the 5 substrats. These subdomains are designed to streamline the previous set of subdomains, formerly referred to as domains. In the 2016 language curriculum guides, simplified the curriculum and providing more focus on the big ideas and essential learning competencies of the Department of Education. Given this updated structure, the alignment of the integrated language art domains with the 5 substrats listening, speaking, reading, writing, and viewing is inherently integrated with these subdomains. For instance, listening and reading directly corresponds the listening and reading substrats, while speaking and writing aligns with the speaking and writing substrats. The domain viewing and representing encompasses the viewing substrats. This recognition aims to provide a more focused and flexible framework for language learning, addressing the concern about curriculum congestion and allowing for the better curriculum flexibility. In summary, the Matatag curriculum structured aligned of language and literacy domains, macro skills, and performance standard ensure a coherent and comprehensive approach to language education, fostering the development of proficient and responsible learners. Now, let's proceed with the next discussion.
Alright, so now let's move on to the next slide. So here we're going to discuss the content standards and performance standards of Matatag curriculum. So the Matatag curriculum, introduced by the Department of Education or the DepEd in the Philippines, it aims to enhance the K-10 basic education program by focusing on foundational skills and competencies. It emphasizes the development of language proficiency, reading and literacy, mathematics, and values education. And now let's go to the content standards. So, content standards, it defined what students are expected to know and understand at each grade level. They outline the essential knowledge, skills, and attitudes that learners should acquire. For instance, in the English curriculum, the content standards specify the competencies related to reading, writing, speaking, and listening that students should develop. Now, let's move on to the performance standards. So here, this describe the expected proficiency levels that students should develop or demonstrate. So here, they detailed how learners should apply their knowledge and skills in real-life situations. In the science curriculum, for example, performance standards guide teachers in assessing how well students can apply scientific knowledge and processes in various contexts. So that's the performance standards. So the Matatag curriculum developed by the Department of Education in the Philippines, they outlines specific content and performance standards across various learning areas. So these standards are categorized into three. So those are the learning area standards, key stage standards, and grade level standards. For the next slide, we are going to discuss this learning area standard and grade level standard. So number one, we have here the language. So learners demonstrate oracy in their first language using oral and visual language to interact, develop, and express ideas. They engage with and respond to various texts based on real-life situation or experiences, use high-frequency and content-specific words, and understand the relationship between languages and culture. Number two, reading and literacy. Here, the learners demonstrate basic literacy in their first language, decoding high frequency and basic content-specific words to develop language for learning. Here, they understand how words are used in simple sentences to convey meaning and comprehend, respond to, and creative narrative and informational text based on real-life experiences or situation. Next, we have here the Filipino. So in Filipino, it covers the grades 2 to 10 for grade level standard. So here, the learners exhibit literacy, communicative competence, and critical understanding of various text types with a deep appreciation for language, culture, and literature, fostering 21st century skills for effective citizenship. And for the last one, we have here the English that covers grades 2 to 10. Here, the learners demonstrate proficiency in using English across multiple modes to communicate effectively in diverse situations and contexts. Here, they critically analyze, appreciate, and respond to a wide area of literary and informational texts, utilizing these resources to broaden their understanding, perspectives, and creativity. They also engage in activities that encourage a deep appreciation and understanding of their cultural heritage, promoting mutual respect and understanding in diverse environments. Now, let's move on to the next slide. So here we're going to discuss the key stage area standard and grade level standard. So for the first stage, we have here the Key Stage 1 that covers the grades 1 to 3. So by the end of grade 3, learners are becoming literate and increasingly fluent in the use of English with EL1 as a literacy resource in understanding and expressing familiar and developmentally appropriate texts. So they use conversational language skills in day-to-day activities and their first language in understanding and discussing content in various learning areas. So they taking pride in their cultural heritage. So for the Key Stage 2, it covers the grades 4 to 6. Here, by the end of grade 6, learners have mastered basic literacy and are developing applied and critical literacy. So they demonstrate communicative competence in English, enabling effective engagement in various situations, audiences, contexts, and purposes, including learning in other content areas while taking pride in their cultural heritage. And for the last one, the Key Stage 3. So, the Key Stage 3 covers the grades 7 to 10. Here, the learners critically analyze, appreciate, and respond to a wide array of literary and informational text, utilizing these resources to broaden their understanding, perspectives, and creativity. So they actively engage in activities that encourage a deep appreciation and understanding of their cultural heritage, so fostering mutual respect and understanding in diverse social and educational environments. So those are the content standards and performance standards of Matatag curriculum. So I hope you learned something from our lesson for today. So thank you.